I've been reading the comments on some of the videos that I've posted on my YouTube page. And what I find interesting is that I recall the words of Nikita Khruschev when he said that he would destroy America from within. And his famous quote is that he would take America without firing one shot. He will bury us. Colonel Putin knew that, and Donald Trump knows that. It's called divide and conquer. And I just find it amazing at this time where everybody who is not a millionaire would have the audacity to argue and defend the actions of Trump and Musk. They have created, and particularly I'm talking about Donald Trump here, he has created this mindset of us versus them, Democrats versus Republicans. It's not that kind of party. I'm sorry. It's not that kind of party. Anyone who would say that, any politician who would set up that kind of a situation, in my book, is a traitor. Anyone who wants to separate the American people, who wants to divide the country, is a traitor. I told you earlier this week when I gave my introduction video, I remember 9/11. I remember that night. There were no blacks, there were no whites, there were no Hindus, there were no Asians, there were no Latinos, there were no Democrats, Republicans, independents. Everybody that was here was an American. I saw so many acts of kindness, people reaching out, helping other people. Everybody was involved in the rescue and recovery of the victims of that horrible day. Fast forward to today, and I'm seeing insults. Oh, you're just talking MSNBC points. I don't watch MSNBC. But I do know this. 249 years ago, when a brave group of souls came together and wrote the Declaration of Independence and went to war against the king, a tyrant who gave us nothing in return but took everything, high taxes with no return. There was no allegiance per se to George Washington. The allegiance was to the country, to the greater good, to the people, to the Constitution. Even Richard Nixon said, "We are a nation of laws and no one is above the law." When he committed crimes, he knew when he was beat and he retired. He resigned from office. Ronald Reagan, who's done the most damage in 40 years up until now anyway, Ronald Reagan didn't want anybody to fall in love with him. He professed the Constitution. And if you want to argue with me because you love Trump so much, your allegiance shouldn't be to Trump. Your allegiance should be to the Constitution, this country, and its people. When I go to the U.S. Senate, when I'm elected to the Senate, I'm not going there for any particular group of people per se, even though Pennsylvanians are my constituents. So yes, of course, I'm going to bring up issues that affect Pennsylvanians. But Pennsylvania is part of the United States. And in great cases, what affects Pennsylvania affects the entire country. I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. Let's be clear about that. And the reason for that is because if I'm a member of a political party and their ideology is something that I don't like, I'm not just going to go with it. If I know it's going to hurt my people, I'm not just going to go with it. I want to I want to have the freedom to focus on the constituents that elect me, not on what a leader says. I don't care who the president is. I don't care. But if it's something that's going to hurt the people, I'm not with it. That's it, and that's all. That's the bottom line. I'm not with it. So stop this nonsense. Like I said, when George Washington was the president, the people didn't just align their loyalties with George Washington, but George Washington aligned his loyalties to the Constitution and to the country and the people residing in the country, and expected us to do the same. That's what we need to do right now. We, as a group, as a people, are the greatest force, the greatest force in the world. We can get anything accomplished. After all, we got Al Qaeda, didn't we? Yes, we did. Where Bush searched and searched and searched, but we found him and we got him. You know how we got him? Because all of us were together in finding him. Our greatest asset is all of us, uniquely, but as a country. Our devotion to fairness and justice. And I would say to those who want to tell me that I just use MSNBC talking points, I'll tell you what. Don't in the same sentence bring to me Fox Entertainment talking points. Don't give me your narrow view of DEI that Trump perpetuates. Stop telling me lies about illegals on Social Security. And my God, what was that garbage that Elon Musk was saying that there are 150-year-old vampires collecting Social Security? Wow. And you want to believe that stuff. And yet you bring it to me as though it's a fact. We can't do that, people. We can't do that. We have to read. We have to study. We have to go to independent news sources if we have to. But even greater than all of this, we have to put these preconceptions that Donald Trump put in our heads, we have to kick that out. We have to stop that now. Because we are one. This is the United States of America. Because united we stand, but divided we fall. And Vladimir Putin is waiting. I'm M. Carter Pierce, and I'm running for U.S. Senate in 2028 from the great state of Pennsylvania. God bless you.